This is hands down the best spaghetti bake you will ever have. Some people call it $1 million spaghetti. Some people call it the viral TikTok spaghetti. Either way, it's chef's kiss delicious. We're going to start out with the bell pepper and the onion. Of course, you're going to season it with the basics like Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic. But really what takes this up a notch is the Worcestershire sauce and the Lowry seasoned salt. Trust me on this. So now we're going to get ready to boil our noodles. I saw someone's Italian nonna on TikTok salt her water a lot. And I found out that it really does make a huge difference. Instead of just putting a few flakes in, you salt it a lot and it really does flavor the noodles. Now I usually strain my meat, but I didn't feel like it today. So I said, let me just use these paper towels up for this ground beef. Now here, I learned this tip from my mother-in-law. Hey, mother-in-law, if you're listening, add a little water to the jar. These grocery prices, listen, we got to get every bit of this can in this sauce. So now we're going to mix. If you're worried about your sauce being too thin, you can always add some tomato paste. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I always add this little can of Hunt's tomato sauce, and it's flavored already with basil and Italian seasoning. I think it's so good. It just adds just enough more sauce that you need anytime you make an Italian dish. Now I like to season my meat and I season my sauce. Before you let your sauce just simmer, you definitely want to taste it to see what it needs, see if it's perfect. Here I needed to add a little bit more garlic to it. I added a little bit more sugar. Yes, we like our sauce sweet. Listen, it's delicious. That's how we like it. Now I started getting really bougie with the pasta that I use. I started using the more expensive pasta at the grocery store. Like I buy it when it's buy one, get one free at Publix. And I'm telling you, y'all, it tastes so much better than like the Barilla or the Kroger brand or anything like that. It really does make a difference. I suggest you try it. You saw me shredding fresh mozzarella for later, and now I'm getting ready to make my second sauce, this homemade Alfredo sauce. Of course, I'm saving a little bit of that pasta water. If you know, you know. We're starting with heavy cream and butter melted in the pot. I ended up adding more heavy cream because my family likes a lot of sauce. And now you're just going to season it just like you would any Alfredo sauce. I use a little red pepper flakes. I use a little Italian seasoning. I use a little garlic, whatever you typically like. And I add Parmesan cheese. Avengers assemble. We're going to start out with the pasta. We're going to mix it all in that delicious Alfredo sauce. Then we're going to put our red sauce, meat sauce on top of that. We're going to clean it up, make it all nice and pretty and nice and flat. Clean up the sides. We're going to top it off with that fresh mozzarella cheese that I just grated. And in the oven this goes until it gets bubbly. I'd say maybe check it every 10 to 15 minutes at 350 degrees. I left mine in for about 20 minutes. You really only need to bake it until it's nice and bubbly on top because the dish is already cooked. And baby, when I tell you my family tore this up, let's just say I thought we were going to have leftovers for tomorrow, but no, we don't. They ate the whole pot in one night. So make sure you give it a try and enjoy.